on these subject matters, and then ultimately we also give you that same privilege to also talk to us about how you interpret the reports that have been spoken about here. Well, you should understand that because of time we're not able to get your feedback on each and every story, which is why we advise that you join the live stream, because that allows for you to advantage now. But please focus on the stories that have been selected. We would dictate the phone numbers to you in a few minutes, and we would also ask that you immediately join your thoughts under the live stream. Well, we have two stories for you today. The first of which happens to be the interview granted to Senator Adams Oshiomhole, where he had said Nigerians are now saying food is becoming too cheap. Now, he did grant an interview, and he was speaking about state of the nation. It didn't result so much that food is now cheap, and Nigerians are even radical reform, and they have pursued that promise to that he has taken, especially because of his background in unionism, that most of his efforts, most of his travails, let me call it, and for him to immediately disregard the reality of Nigerians in comments credited to him, recent comments credited to him. They think, well, you are now acting like a fool. The price of food has gone down. Many continue to reference the bag of rice. I really but people keep referencing, well, rice used to be almost etc. Inflation figures have gone down, albeit it was via a 200-300 naira differential in the price of gari, as much as they would like, or that they're living comfortably and they're living an ostentatious lifestyle. I'll play to you that soundbite very briefly, and then I'll tell you what the next story on the table is.
You pick this for the mother who have you gone to see people that know realities? There are Nigerians now, sir. There are Nigerians now who are saying food has coming to trust of everything. Because of this what now? No, I'm saying that from the time the president got into job by everything and the policy.
Well, as you heard, the power, right, is quite debatable, and he says, well, this claim of yours is there's no evidence to prove. I read this morning in the papers, people are earning more money. However, because of inflation figures, the national grid is collapsing. But in the same vein, there seems to be a confusion. The Minister of Power, Adelabu, right, had said that meters will be free regardless of the band that you're in. Meters are free. Installation is free. The consequences. Because when you say that the meters are free, the installation is free, is manpower involved, and at the end of now, people have expectations of discos, because now that even the MAPS scheme, where meters will be sold to people who are interested. So if you want to buy a meter, you can go buy the meter. Discos are saying that this statement by the Minister of Power has jeopardized that, because now people are saying, well, the minister says meter is free, so why are you selling a meter to me? That there were ongoing electricity schemes, especially for metering, that were running. But then the minister's statement has jeopardized all these schemes, has painted a wrong narrative to the people who think that they're just supposed to demand these meters and they should be installed. Disco says conversation there that the Minister of Power did not even consult with stakeholders. He had no conversations with stakeholders that affect power. First of all, how many meters are even available? What would happen to cost recovery? This statement by the Minister of Power most likely cause, since the metering would be like 091360000410, 091360000410. WhatsApp is 091360000430, and YouTube, as I said earlier, mainland 98.3 FM. Hello, good morning.
Good morning. What the Minister of Power said about meters being free, and whether now the schools and the installation companies are saying journalism, which we have already been talking about. Then left to the journalists to go and meet the minister again and then ask him, not his own representative, not permanent secretary, the Minister of Power or anybody, but minister since the last quarter of last year. But it has not been installed. So, and the installation companies are also saying that they are going to collect money if they install this meter. So let him clarify on this, the work of investigative journalism. Then for Adams Oshiomhole, what he said concerning the economy, it is not different from what other people have said so far, like IMF, World Bank, and even WTO, that is talking of Dr. ᴏᴜᴜ. He's just talking about the macroeconomics. The point is the floating of the naira, the devaluation of the naira has quite everything. The value of the money to buy these, to protect these goods, is shown the value that we cannot the comrade or the chairman of the NSC.
Thank you.
Yeah, he says, I'm forced to call today because I'm almost jumping out of my that things are better now for Nigerians. You see, as far as in fact, I feel angry that the media should be boycotting that kind of person. M쏘ɪᴟᴜ is known to have the space, spiritual space. Everybody knows about it. So such a person that is criminally corrupt should not be making.
Hello, good morning, Lady Sage.
Good morning to you. Welcome.
Yeah, my name is Shola. I'm calling anymore. You know, when somebody like look at the what's his name? People like ⴰ look at people like Fᴜဃᴜᴜ, look at people like the Tğᴇ, they think when they get into government and they are comfortable. So that shows, you know, the kind of we can generalize in a way. We understand that there's a factor, there's something about Nigerians. Once we are comfortable, we start seeing electricity using impact. That's another Nigerian factor. What needs to be done is to unbundle this electricity sector. Why don't let technocrats take over? All the equipment, you know, all those things, all the infrastructure needs to be unbundled. There needs to be rehabilitation. And when technocrats, thank you very much.
Have a nice day. Hello, morning to you. To call 091360000430. That's the number to send your. Hello.
So, Joe, how you doing?
Well, thank you. Good morning.
How was the weekend?
Fine, thank you.
I don't know how some people. There's a way I look at comrade Szoɪᴜ. I don't want to use the word I want to use on air, but
call back, please. Call back if you can. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Samuel. I'm calling from TTR. The intention is to continue to defeat Nigerians. The question I'm going to ask you is that where is the effect of ⴛᴛ? Where is the effect of presidential order on food today? The only thing that is known to Nigeria is that APC is good at propaganda at deceiving Nigerians. We are the one that we need to tell them that we are not moron and we are not doser. But if they should continue, what is happening now is that they buy people in power to their side. They continue to win, not rule Nigeria, to win Nigeria. That is what is going on there. Their interventions.
Let's take another call. Hello, morning to you.
it's a network.
Yes.
I have load of credit. You see, the way I look at him, at his age, he should cut down. The effervescence in him is too much. If I go and visit Oshomole, can he give me a kilo of chicken to eat? Over the weekend, we bought a kilo of chicken 300 3 years back. Don't even say that the food is cheap. Don't they eat? Everything is so expensive. There's nothing coming down in terms of food, please. They should take it easy. They should look for something. This is the beginning of a year. They should make this easy. What are they going to use in installing a meter? What don't they have what they call social security?
Thank you. Thank you for calling, Madam Ife. Hello, morning to you.
Yeah, I said let me briefly talk about the statement created to M쏘ɪᴜᴜ. I like the statement somebody made. It was one who championed the slogan, the chairman of APC, and things changed. He began to sing another song. For him to say that, and these politicians are there for us, the answer is no. What do you expect him to say? A bag of rice, I bought about 5 bags of rice from a widow's outreach in Umuahia. How much was it? I remember I bought one during the time what happened to me happened about 40-something thousand. Now, a kilo of gizzard. What about the Ororo? You talk about granite oil and how much is it now? And because they live in another world, they are not with us. God will help us, but then we have to actually access of difficulty, people are still supporting them. Good morning. Have a blessed day.
Have a better one. Thank you for calling. Hello.
Hello, ABC.
Good morning.
Off unity. No, I disagree. But some market out there food stuff. Nothing really talk in Nigeria is a rice. Like the time I bought rice made 6,000 naira. Last 2 weeks ago, I bought half bag. Please, let me know the answer. That's it means some item is coming down. Gary Jebo about 1,000 stop. The price is coming down, but not to the extent as we want. That's for that. And for meter, the meter we are talking, Disco and Jesco that is talking now, with the give sleeping meter, if you are selling your own, some people will never say anything.
And the federal government is important. Is a whole initiative. It's something that we're getting in tranche.
So if somebody give me something, I will ask some Nigeria believe that when
not two different initiatives on ground because you have caused agitation for it. We can't do things haphazardly. Apparently, this statement by the minister has now caused confusion. The maps meters available. So now everybody's talking to the discos, give us meters. The Minister of Power says it is free. Installation is free. The installers are now telling discos, well, if you're telling us to go install meters, who's going to pay for our services? Now that the minister, is it discos? Is it the Ministry of Power? Who is going to pay us the money? So not properly done. That's the argument here.
Hey, good morning, ma'am.
Morning.
Nigeria better as we do. I'm paying tax. Everything is costly. It's costly. Where do you want to start? And some people ready for us. Tell me. Is it the material for building materials? Is it food stuff? I'm surprised to elderly people. Well, it's 50 years above. What do you want to live without? We are trying on one word.
Senator M쏘ɪᴜᴜ is doing what all parents tell their children. Do not talk while you're eating. He's part of the apology for what he said. Must he play politics with everything? The radical reform is not working. The only food whose prices are coming down are farm produce. Other foods such as bread and the rest are still on the high side. As for power, the minister knows nothing about the ministry, so don't blame everything about him. It's all politics. We just installed prepaid meters last month and we paid the technician for his service of life. Yet an overfed so-called senator comes out to say that food is too cheap. Who will blame him when we as citizens have chosen to be so docile and swallow everything that they throw at us? If not for our docility, how can we survive with so-called legislators taking home over 21 million and we tolerate them even in our penurious conditions? Surely time will tell. Steve Oferi from Ija, one who had been at the forefront of campaigns to demand that the government makes life bearable for Nigerians through poor people policy, whitewash their black image. We will never forget these things and remind them at the appropriate time. Philip from he has been fully discharged by EFCC of Edo funds looted while in office. Why won't he say whatever he likes? So much state fund in his installation was free. Who paid for it then? Why the notice now? Okay, cured under the World Bank funded distribution sector recovery program, right? But then free, there has to be a repayment program. So if you're saying people should not pay at all, which okay, if that's how you're approaching this, that's absolutely fine. But then what is the plan? So that debt does not continue to pile up, because it's a lot of money that is being owed. What's the plan? What's the cost recovery plan? That's what the discos are asking. You say, good morning, Sage. Despite the rhetorical and unsuccessful propaganda of APC stalwart, it's obvious that people are hungry and highly frustrated, and the corresponding hardship of the citizen can never be put in the dustbin. However, and very sad, alternative basis in the next political dispensation. Noah from...
I'll forfeit. I was listening at Gandhist of this government. The ones in government houses and the one in government house, what this government does, they still praise this government. Even the Nigeria Bureau of Statistics is not left out. The growth of the Nigeria economy. Ask them, Sage, what is the exchange rate as we speak now, Nigeria to dollar? What is the exchange rate? The other Citadel, what is his name? Sage, you said you did not consult a stakeholder before you made that statement. His boss. You can just make a black statement on air without any recourse. That is the kind of government that run this country. It's unfortunate. Like that cannot even, the grid is down as we speak now. It cannot. How many times have the grid collapsed? He's talking about free installation of the pay meter.
Thank you for calling. You have a nice day. Hello. Morning to you.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes.
This is someone from Onepa.
Okay.
I want to talk about the traveling our president going to Turkey.
That's not the focus of the day. We're talking about the discos, the M쏘ɪɪြ and Adams, so we don't derail the conversation. Hello.
Hello. Say, Joe.
Yes.
Yes, an installation fee. And we were having 24 hours non-stop.
For the installation, so consumers didn't have to bear the cost.
What took away the subsidy?
That's
Are you saying you don't have more?
Do we? The Minister of Power did tell us last year that there's no
issue. Which means that they are mistreated, and it's not honestly. In every position they have occupied, it's politicized. 3 band, 4 band, 3 band, D band said he has given us, we are haters of government. No, if we don't have money in Nigeria, take that money back. How do you say that went away with billions? Look at what you just said. How can Oshiomhole go to the and be saying that perish in global space? It is not his fault what he says. Oh, I was at the Daleco on Thursday. I bought a bag of rice. You know me, I saw oil. And I know the price I just said to you. So I can somebody tell me that now you want me to believe such rubbish. I won't blame him, but I know a day will come like a day like this, and everybody eyes will be open, and we thank God for a change in Nigeria. Good morning.
All right. Would it be possible that you speak up a little bit so we can hear you?
Yes.
Yeah.
I said, if not for corruption, meters are free. That are supposed to fix meters, it determines the amount we have to be paying them. We pay for the energy they supply. Whatever equipment they are using to determine the price, as a the people we have no choice than to tolerate anything they incorporate into us. We have no choice. I'm so many, the eating, the family, I didn't lack of anything.
And pile up. We have good morning, Sage, despite read already. Good morning, Sage. If propaganda is an achievement, it fails to give you constant supply of electricity, you should not vote him again. Politicians when he was APC chairman that when they decamp to the party, all their corruption will be forgiven. No wonder he changed when he left Labour and joined politics. Human beings and their chameleon nature. James from Agbado, of the average Nigerian politician. These people are completely disconnected from the people that they claim to be representing. Oshiomhole in the name of politics in the face of this government's harsh economic reality. Please, Oshiomhole should rest and stop insulting our collective intelligence in the name of political propaganda. Victor Aloy, you say my comment is not radio friendly. I leave Oshiomhole to his conscience to judge him. Can Oshiomhole make such a statement in the midst of people without security guarding him? The Minister of Power to me has failed completely. The grid keeps collapsing under his watch and he's not finding a permanent. Good morning, Sage and Fuad. On Adams Oshiomhole's statement, it's not reasonable. I don't blame him. I can only blame the gullible, his jumbo monthly collection without any meaningful law being passed is the right thing to do on these meters. Babalola Williams from Magodo. Hello, morning to you.
Good morning. The same Oshiomhole, the former Labour leader, that fought including of have conscience for what or doesn't. It's something there because Oshiomhole will stand. Working brain rice is 20 naira per bag. We are buying 20 naira and buying fuel now. Very cheap. That brought them into the power. If we have a good system, so 90% of our politicians will not be there. We know that. And one day, I know that system must be created.
Good morning. Thank you very much for calling. Just joining the show and would like to participate. We have two issues on the table. First of all, we're looking at the comments credited to they're having a great time, and this is me just summarizing basically or paraphrasing, but basically he says food is cheaper. The host asks, well, would you say that Nigerians have a better life? There's been reactions that, well, you don't know anything about the struggle of the average Nigerian. If you think that because rice is cheaper, beans is cheaper, gari is cheaper, it ultimately means that people like it is an achievement. It should be recorded as a success of some kind. I mean, if food is cheaper, it's a good thing and we should acknowledge it that food is cheaper. So what he has said is not wrong at all. It is the reality. Food is indeed cheaper. Some also are on the fence and say, well, it's cheaper but not as cheap as we've known it to be. And then the second report is the feedback from the discos following statements credited to the Minister of Power, Mr. Adelabu, who says that meter, because this is a process that oftentimes involves us to spend money. So it's a subsidiary of discos. The discos is different, installers are different. So now created room for debt. Now is meter available free? Not like it's available for everybody. There has to be a system of cost recovery. Who will cover the cost if you say consumers should not pay a dime? That is the country. Okay, make it back if you have a chance to.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello. Thank God at last. Good evening, my lovely sister in the house.
Hey, good morning.
The last story about the minister for electricity, Adelabu or whatever they are explaining. And then now we need somebody from Adelabu, if they can do that, they should define this thing. Normally when they are in somewhere I'm staying in Lagos here, they collect about 10,000 naira for me for installing. After we pay about, don't have anything to offer Nigeria. And then what we are telling a lot of people, look 2027, if we say that it's one vote, no wala, Almighty God will judge people. The way they are thinking is different from common people. So no about sorrow. When you see any security, anybody that will guide him before he leave office, let them move from Lagos or go to Sandy Saturday to know that whether we will see in the next day.
Let's not, I mean, come on, let's not possibility of violence. Let's just be careful, right? I'm not saying you've done anything wrong. I'm just saying that we're well on. Yes.
So if the state meter, they are installing meter on my how much will it cost you to install this thing, and why are you making an issue out of it? How much is it to install meter anyway? Why must the customer always beg harassing us everywhere?
Have a plan on cost recovery. Who would pay is what they're asking.
Pushing that cost to the customer. That
Somebody
is the problem.
has to pay. It's a
Talking about them. I don't have like I'm talking to you right now.
They're not the generating company. They are the
I
distributor.
don't know. All of them. I look at them as I'm using the generator stage. Oshomole, if it's so bothered that things are, this to him, you should go and tell president. I think that's the next thing you should do, because I'm very very sure that they are not happy that people are even buying, they are even able to afford this food that he is saying that is cheap. See, I don't see how food will be cheap, and you go and pay how much your school and how much are you paying now, and you are telling me that food is cheap. My sister, I don't want to talk about Nigeria. Let me just be watching you people as you are going. Bye bye.
Keep lying to himself. While the APC government continues to push a narrative of economic stability and cheap food, the reality for the average Nigerian is starkly different. The recent visit by Aisho Speed was a show of shame that exposed the true level of desperation and lack of order in the country. You cannot. The truth will eventually catch out. We take our politicians seriously. Many of them are shallow, unquote, and very pedestrian in their thinking. Adams Oshiomhole when Farouk was removed. Now food is too cheap. One would expect individuals we consider distinguished or honorables to exude certain standard. As for power, people should cover the installation cost upon receiving the meter, and this can be done by any competent electrician. Okay, we have here, good morning. Sage, they took away subsidy because of corruption and used it to fund another corruption instead of tackling the corruption around subsidy. The morning mainland crew, are you surprised about what? Because the government of GJ did it and even gave out step down transformer all in Ikotuegwe up until dim. It's possible, and I think we need to bring an expert. It is possible for you to get free meters, but somebody is paying the cost. However, there are outstanding debts at the moment, and they've not said anything. Who would pay for this program if the government has not said anything about doing it? It's in Sage. It's obvious to say the least. We're indeed in a big mess. Despite the insecurity situation in the country, the president is busy wasting our resources, traveling to God knows where. This has never benefited the citizen of this country. Well, Oshiomhole wish Nigeria could come together in unity in 2027 and vote this set of leaders who don't care about the people they are leading. Arise Nigerians and fight for your right in 2027, Prince Fᴜᴜ Okwaja, which is rather surprising because I don't know if I took that story of so she will walk against the ticket if Peter Obi does not get the presidential ticket. So how much unity are we really willing to have? How much sacrifices are we really willing to make, Nigerians? So Adela is far from prices that they met in 2023. Has the federal government thanked? Okay, sorry about that. Please call back. Good morning, Sage. Payment for the installation of the meter should not be. As for the free meter, there was a time a few years ago that was worldwide. That's not how it works. They're a private entity, but okay. Good morning, presenter. If not that we don't have the right people in leadership, either the Minister of Power sues the DISCO for denying the citizens' rights they are entitled to, or DISCO sues the minister for giving out false information. When we elect incompetent people into leadership position because of what they offer in stomach, infrastructure and finance, the result are all these problems we are facing. Oshiomhole would have been correct if he said agriculture and fuel. The people are worse than the leaders they are accusing of corruption. Bad followers will never produce good leaders. Nigeria will survive. ᴜᴛ from Maltieu from Ikorodu. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you.
My name is Balaji from Ezeko. I think Oshiomhole and one of us, that we are Nigerians, but they are other citizens.
Oh, that's
Subsidy is there anyway. People that will say, God be prayed. That's what they do. If you paid something down, but the only thing that is installations will not be paid, let him make it go around. Let the news go around that these people will not pay and all that. Then coming to Oshiomhole is just coming down little by little. They shouldn't make any pronouncement. Let them get us back to where we meant. Is transportation cheap? No. The government is not acceptable to us.
Thank you very much. Okay, make it back. Good morning, Sage. Adams Oshiomhole is no different from a typical Nigerian politician with no idea of what Nigerians are going through. And the Power Minister's statement asked the man from Amowo of 160k, 155k for the meter and 5k for installation. ᴏᴜᴜ Tᴜɪfilus from Ogun. What house rent is skyrocketing. Can you imagine in my area at Igondo, 2-bedroom is now 1.2 million. From 1.2 paid for my prepaid last week for my client. That's the thing. IKADC had said it was information, honestly, but well, we'll do our best. Hello.
You recognize everyone over there.
Great, thank you. What's your name?
And you don't know so that man has been a crook since he left. If, according to what so many callers have been saying, he will feel the pains of Nigerians. The question I always ask people was regarding subsidy. What subsidy? Was it called what's the name again? Bali left on 150 something, 150 if I'm not wrong. I keep on asking questions. How did they do their calculation that make it get to up to 1,000 naira? Are they telling us that each liter government was paying about 800 or something naira? On the aspect of house rent that one guy made a reference to, I really don't understand. This is not just government alone. Because the houses have been built for like 30, 40 years ago. They keep on increasing the price. I'm looking. So the problem is not just the government, but they have major.
Thank you.
God bless Nigeria.
Thank you very much for calling. Hello. Morning to you.
Good morning, Sage.
Good morning. Your name, please.
If you want to be a public officer, you should use the public transport so that you understand what the people you are governing are facing. I think they have a far cry away from reality of what Nigerians are interest by the party. But nobody will tell you some people want to govern over the ashes, even if the country is burning down. But any those parties are going down. So there was saving in this country. I was earning food are going down. In this country, I bought bread for 50 kobo. You think we don't have bread in this country? Then for the and the power sector, what is the timeline? What is the footprint for us not to pay for those prepaid meters? Is ban A, ban B, even ban A now. My email was trying to get printer for months. They will tell us
The greatest problem about high prices in Nigeria are this. The Power Sector Reform Act of 2006 makes it clear that meter and installation should be free. Akpagwa from the UK. All right, thank you very much. Hello.
Hello, sir. Good morning.
Morning to you.
For me, Adams Oshiomhole, if he wants to get close to, because my problem with this government is that they don't get close to the people and find out for himself to have the proof. Before he feels that we don't know what we're saying. We are the ones who are the earnings are high, but we'll spend it and then you understand the realities. The disco thing, if mine was installed free, I believe they are charging us much on band A, but it will be enough for them to cover up the expenses and whatever it is there. I believe that by 2027, we're going to do the right thing to find the right people that can lead us to El Dorado. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.
Have a better one. Thank you very much for calling. That is.
You have a Pagwadi.
All right. Good morning.
Thank you very much. Are going down, but the government has removed tariff. Fuel prices are coming down, but transport government has their own fault. Prices mainly is your exchange rate and prices in Nigeria. Then the other issue of electricity, the PSN in those days, they are only 2,000.
And the electricity in UK will go to waste. There's what we call system engineering from the generation of that area. So we are not supposed to put anything private on their network. But this is what Nigerians do not know. So the so-called PAC, if they prepare for the
calls that we can take for this, or everything is tied to survival, which is model in my morning. I can't imagine say I've been true. Okay, I can't read that other part of your message. We have, I reason with the minister, if they truly implement it by we're only responsible for airtime from the recharge card. For us to make another thing for the class is as regards. Good morning, Sage Ogafwa Ofobuisi from Ajay. Again, we apologize. Less of you. We'll talk about 2-3 lips. I beg your pardon. The entire world, the world is learning very quickly, right?